Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most impactful self-help books that will transform how you see yourself and the world around you. The book we'll be breaking down is The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. In this video we're going to explore these 4 simple yet powerful principles and how they can help you create a life of personal freedom, peace, and authenticity. The 4 Agreements is all about transcending the toxic beliefs and habits that keep us stuck in fear and self-doubt. So, if you're ready to transform your life and let go of limiting patterns that don't serve you, keep watching. Let's dive deep into the 4 agreements that can change everything for you. The first agreement is, be impeccable with your word. This principle is all about the power of our words, how we use them to create our reality, communicate with others, and shape our self-worth. In The 4 Agreements, Don Miguel Ruiz explains that words are one of the most powerful tools we have. They can either create or destroy depending on how we use them. This agreement asks us to be impeccable, which means to use our words with integrity and truth. When we speak with intention and from a place of love, we create a positive impact on ourselves and those around us. Ruiz shares how many of us have been conditioned to use our words for gossip, judgment, and self-criticism. This can create an energy that keeps us trapped in negativity and emotional suffering. Instead, being impeccable with your word means using your words to lift yourself and others up, rather than tear them down. The word is the most powerful tool we have as humans. It is the tool of magic, but we use it against ourselves. Don Miguel Ruiz. The power of your words. Our words are like spells. Every word we say has power. They can either nurture or destroy. One of the core teachings in this chapter is that our self-talk can create mental blocks or empower us. How many of us have caught ourselves saying things like, "I'm not good enough," or "I can't do this"? These words shape how we perceive ourselves and our abilities. By changing the way we speak to ourselves and others, we can break free from negative self-talk and build a more positive self-image. Self-talk and its impact on your life. Think about how you would feel if you spoke to a close friend in the same way you sometimes speak to yourself. If you wouldn't say it to someone you love, don't say it to yourself. Changing your inner dialogue is one of the most important steps toward creating a more empowered life. But it's not just about how we talk to ourselves. The words we use with others matter too. Have you ever been in a conversation where someone's words were harsh, critical, or unkind? How did it make you feel? Words can hurt and they can heal. When we speak with love, we create a ripple effect of positivity and support. The second agreement is, don't take anything personally. This principle is all about not letting the actions or words of others define your worth. Ruiz explains that when you take things personally, you give away your power. You allow other people's judgments, criticisms, and opinions to shape your emotions, your actions, and your thoughts. Nothing other people do is because of you. It is because of themselves. Don Miguel Ruiz. The ego and its role. One of the key points Ruiz makes in this chapter is that people's reactions are often not about you at all. Instead, they're a reflection of their own egos. When someone reacts negatively to you, it's usually about something they are dealing with internally, maybe their own fears, insecurities, or unresolved issues. It's not personal to you. Think about how many times you've felt upset because of someone's opinion, their actions, or their words. The truth is, when we take things personally, we are allowing their energy to affect our inner peace. We give them power over us, and it diminishes our sense of self-worth. Ruiz encourages us to adopt a mindset of detachment. This doesn't mean being indifferent or ignoring others. It means being aware that someone else's actions are a reflection of their own state of being, not a judgment of who you are. Freeing yourself from external validation. When you stop taking things personally, you will feel lighter, more free, and more empowered. You no longer have to rely on others' opinions to validate your worth. The only person who can define your value is you. The third agreement is to, don't make assumptions. This is one of the most powerful agreements because we all make assumptions all the time, and they cause a lot of unnecessary suffering. Ruiz explains that assumptions are often born out of our fears, insecurities, and past experiences. We assume we know what someone else is thinking, feeling, or intending, and that assumption becomes our reality. We make the assumption that everyone sees life the way we do. Don Miguel Ruiz. The dangers of assumptions. Making assumptions about people or situations is a way of avoiding communication and creating mental stories in our heads. We assume that we know why someone did something or what they're thinking, but in reality we have no idea. These assumptions lead to misunderstandings and conflict, often resulting in unnecessary emotional pain. For example, have you ever thought someone was upset with you, only to find out later that they were simply stressed or distracted? How often do we make assumptions about what others think of us? The key to letting go of this habit is to ask questions, seek clarity, and communicate directly. This way we can avoid the mental traps that come from guessing or imagining what others think. Breaking free from assumptions. By not making assumptions, we free ourselves from creating unnecessary stress and anxiety. Instead, we become more open, curious, and willing to have honest conversations that lead to clarity and understanding. It's about creating healthy, direct communication that leaves no room for misinterpretation. The final agreement is, always do your best. This is the agreement that ties everything together. Ruiz explains that doing your best is about giving your full effort, but not with the expectation of perfection. Perfectionism is one of the greatest traps of the ego, and it leads to frustration, burnout, and disappointment. Doing your best means showing up fully in whatever task you're doing, while also being gentle with yourself when you fall short. Under any circumstance, always do your best, no more, no less. Don Miguel Ruiz. The power of effort without perfection. The beauty of this agreement is that it releases us from the need to be perfect. It encourages us to embrace our flaws and acknowledge our progress, rather than focusing on unattainable standards. When we do our best, we are acting with integrity, and we are committed to the process of growth and self-improvement. Ruiz also points out that doing our best is a choice. Whether we're working on our goals, improving our relationships, or taking care of our mental health, the key is to always show up and give what we can, without judgment or fear of failure. Finding peace through action. This agreement teaches us that the process is just as important as the outcome. By doing our best, we are choosing to be present, engaged, and committed to the journey, not just the destination. To sum it up, the 4 Agreements is a simple yet transformative guide to living a life of freedom, peace, and authenticity. The 4 Agreements, being impeccable with your word, not taking anything personally, not making assumptions, and always doing your best, are principles that can change the way you relate to yourself and others. By living these agreements, you'll start to break free from the toxic habits that limit your potential, and you'll create more space for love, understanding, and personal growth. If you're ready to implement these agreements into your life, start today. Focus on one agreement at a time, and notice how it changes the way you interact with yourself and the world. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights on self-improvement, mindfulness, and living authentically. Let me know in the comments which agreement resonates with you the most, and how you plan to apply it in your life. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about doing your best. Start today and watch how these agreements transform your life.